What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Hopefully everybody's allergies are doing okay. Mine are kind of miserable today. It's kind of a phenomenon across the United States here. If you're up in Canada, oh hey, it's still maybe chilly in some spots. That was not Canadian at all. Anywho, we got BetMGM, we've got Odd Chopper. Hey, morning and afternoon baseball get to actually recap some stuff and look at stuff and have more props available to us. Although it's weird, I didn't love a lot of the props that were posted here for Tuesday's slate, but Monday, Baltimore, yay, they win. Kansas City, they lose. Win for the plus money there. And that did not go well. Milwaukee, of course, they won. I didn't bet them because it was a lean like. Told you you should. So congratulations to everybody. St. Louis, Cincinnati goes way under. We had Marcelo Zuna did not go yard. Kyle Tucker, can you go yard? He got walked in his first at bat there, I saw. And San Francisco money line, we got that W. So overall, kind of meandering my way through the entire day. Went 2 for 8 on the home run round robin. We are having so much fun there in that premium Discord. Again, I'll talk about that a little bit later here. But we got a massive 16-game slate here. Doubleheader to start things off. Dodgers, Mets postponed, moving to Tuesday. So 2 games from that one. Producer Jacob, hi, hello. Let's get to the picks. Our day begins with 2 spots. Now, obviously, things change when it comes to doubleheaders. I always throw that out there. I also tell you to pay attention to news because you never know. These lineups always can, the Dodgers have lost a lot in a row now. 5 in a row coming into this one. The game gets postponed. Probably a good thing for them to take the day off in New York City and hang out, order some room service, kick back, and figure shit out. But Tyler Glass now, he's really good at pitching. That's why you're seeing minus 215 there. Obviously, he just had a ridiculous loss the other day. But Tyler McGill, on the other side of things, I want to start with him because I do think him pitching in this first game, so long as he is pitching in this first game, he's listed as the pitcher absolutely everywhere here. So moving to this one, we've got McGill sitting at 4.5 strikeouts right from the get-go. It is minus 145 over on BetMGM, and I've got this closer to minus 160. So, hey, a prop to start things off in game 1 against the Dodgers? Yeah, sweet. That's fun. Anyway, next play here that we've got, game 2 from this one. I'm looking at the money line and the minus 1.5 here on the Dodgers side. Gavin Stone versus Jose Quintana. Quintana, I think you know by now, not my favorite back ever. Like, legitimately ever. Used to be good once upon a time, but the Southpaw having to face this Dodgers lineup, and I'm like minus 150, minus 160. I mean, it's starting to rise up a little bit here already. Only reason I haven't bet this yet is I would like to get confirmation that we're going to get the normal Dodgers starting lineup there. I don't think the books are going to change that number all that much. Now, people might bet it up, and then I'll just pass at that point. So game 2, always be paying attention to what can happen with those lineups, and then see what that bullpen usage is from the first one. I'll be in the premium Discord covering that one. Hopefully we can find something definitely for game 2, but game 1, Tyler McGill under 4.5 Ks. That's the like play there, the half unit to get our day rolling. It's opposite day. Now, obviously I'm happy with Baltimore. Got the day off to a winning start on on Monday. Happy Memorial Day. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that, but we're on to Tuesday here. That's the next day. That's how days work. Grayson Rodriguez versus Brian Bayo, and Bayo used to be one of my backs, used to be one of my boys. 4.25 expected ERA would be the highest, though, of his 3-year career at the big league level, and the strikeouts have never shown up. 20.5% K rate in 2022, 19.8% 2023, actually up to 21.1%. Friends, this is Baltimore. You do have some weather. Once again, it's starting to get nice out and about here. Ball's going to start flying, and I know Bayo, his calling card had been a ground ball rate, still sitting there with 51.6% ground ball rate, but 436 expected slugging, 41.1% hard hit, and unlike Mr. Irvin, where we backed him there in Baltimore, he is not a soft-tossing lefty. Brian Bayo, somebody who's just not even soft-toss, just not a very good pitcher here at this point in time. League average, basically, in my opinion. Actually, the ground ball rate probably elevates him a little bit, but Grayson Rodriguez, much better in terms of form, and don't find the Red Sox lineup as imposing. 42% hard hit, 26.6% K rate is the really useful thing going up against these Red Sox. So yeah, Baltimore money line. I don't know how you don't like it here at minus 150, minus 155. It's up to minus 158 some spots, but again, if you get yourself in now before it gets to minus 165, yay, put it on the card. Don't have a lot to cover in this one because these two pitchers are awesome, but there's one big caveat here. The wind is blowing out ever so slightly, and there's rain in the forecast. I'm not saying you should be taking unders on these pitching props right from the get-go, but they're live if there's going to be an in-game delay. That's something I can't tell as of right now leading into tomorrow afternoon. It is too early to tell. One of my nifty, crafty little tricks, though, is that I think you can get some really nice prop exposure on some unders of pitchers with weather incoming, because if there's a delay, obviously they come out of the game. If it's long enough, they don't return. So always something to keep in mind there. Not that books aren't aware of it, but you'll see sharp money coming in on some of those unders from time to time. And they're hefty numbers for Jones and Skubal here, as they should be. Two of the better pitchers in baseball thus far. Under 7, really the only play showing up here. Jones, 29.4% K rate, 31.2% for Skubal. Skubal coming off of a lost Cole Reagans. We actually backed Reagans, so that's okay. Under 7, just a lean. Pay attention to the weather in this one. Again, it's blown out. Otherwise, I'd probably be betting the under of 7. I will bet this, though. St. Louis, Cincinnati, it's Kyle Gibson. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, what's the price? What's the price? What's the price? And sure enough, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop. Minus 115 at open. Okay, I'll just take Andrew Abbott, who is the way better pitcher. 31.2% hard hit, 266 ex-WOBA. Compare that to 42.9% hard hit, 368 ex-WOBA. I don't understand this. Andrew Abbott, not even like a strikeout guy here this time around, but doesn't matter. His stuff has been pretty darn good and pretty darn effective. 2.72 expected ERA, one of the best pitchers in baseball with that kind of a mark there, even with just an 18.8% K rate. So I think the Reds, they would rather there not be run creation there. They don't really give a crap about his strikeout rate as long as he's getting, I don't know, they care about his striker, right? 26.1% last season. You put that next to him now, that would be outrageous kind of pitcher you're looking at. But there's no way that Cincinnati should be this price here right now. This is going to be north of minus 120, or I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I get it. It's Great American Ballpark. It's Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado against a lefty. Once again, Paul Goldschmidt ended up backing him in that home run round robin, but I don't see any way around it. Cincy money line, I'm a chalk donkey. This one's quick. We've got Oakland, we've got Tampa, Zach Littell, and then, Spencer. We're probably looking at a spot where, I don't even really like anything going on in this game whatsoever. I mean, Littell's been the better pitcher. I mean, a lot better pitcher. 34.1% hard hit, really good. 23.6% K rate, really good. Yeah, but Mitch Spence, 360 expected slugging, 293 ex-WOBA. He's good. I don't know. I have no idea what the numbers are because they're not posted, and we have the starting pitchers. Do you guys want to post a line maybe? Oakland, I guess, isn't completely confirmed that it's Spence, but it's gonna be Mitch Spence. Tampa Bay minus 1.5. Let's talk odd shot. Something I would bet on any of the top positive EV props that exist over at Odd Shopper. If you're in a legal state, awesome opportunity to fire up the top props in that positive EV tool to utilize the parlay builder, and in the event that you're using Underdog, Prize Picks, other great pickup sites in order to play your prop exposure friends. We have the Fantasy Optimizer and DraftKings Pick 6 Optimizer. Oh, there are some improvements coming down the pipeline very, very soon for you peer-to-peer folks checking out DraftKings Pick 6. You can use promo code Lindy if you'd like to check out such things. But if you use promo code Lindy over at Odd Shopper, bang, 20% off. That becomes $12 for your first week to just try out the expert picks, the Discord, the premium tools, everything we have to offer here at Odd Shopper at your disposal. Great opportunity at the link below. Sign up now using code Lindy to do so. Let's get back to the picks. This is one of the weirder baseball games that I've seen in one. Here's the thing. Max Fried is incredible. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. But we're starting to see it heat up across the country. Starting to see some humidity show up here in Atlanta. And Jake Irvin out here, not very good. But the one thing he is right-handed. Why does that matter? Well, Atlanta, just a 106 WRC plus against right-handed pitching. And, of course, Ronald Acuna, torn ACL, out for the season. Gigantic deal to this lineup. Now, it was not the best of starts to a season for Ronald Acuna, but anybody who's replacing him is a stark, drastic downgrade. Plus, Acuna, well, I'll give him a little bit of leash. His ability on the base paths to just create recklessness and just stupidity from pitchers trying to pick him off or catchers trying to just target him all the time. The guy was a difference maker. He's just one of the best ball players on earth. So now Jared Kelenic was in against a lefty today. Now it's going to be better going up against a righty and Jake Irvin here, but gotta say, this is one of those sneaky spots where I think you want to be early to the party on not a drastic downgrade because, I mean, there's still incredible bats that exist in this lineup, and Ronald Acuna is one of them. And Aaron Judge, they would obviously miss him in New York, but you still have Juan Soto Stanton. You still have Matt Olson, Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley just got back here. It is going to be very, very interesting to see these lineups on a day-to-day basis, but a lot of righties that you've gotten: Ozuna, Riley, d'Arnaud, Murphy, Michael Harris, probably going to be moving up maybe 2-hole, 3-hole. I'm going to look at his props early in the morning before that lineup comes out because I think we might be seeing him up higher than like 6th, 7th in the order. I know 9th once upon a time there, but Jared Kelenic, another guy I might look at some props. But Washington plus 1.5 is currently my best play here. It's the road team minus 102, and I thought about it. I stared at it for a long time. This technically would be a lean like because it's supposed to be a play here ever so slightly. But Washington plus 1.5, I'm not going to do it. If you're feeling so bold and inclined, go ahead and fire it up. But I got another lean like coming up next, and I did bet this one. Now on these 16-game slates, I know a lot of you in the premium Discord, we're going to have prop exposure. I've been firing up, the total bases along with the home runs in a couple capacities over the last couple of days. Been feeling good about the reads on some of those. Didn't have any of them on Monday, but going back to last week, Thursday, Friday, we're starting to intertwine some of them because I'm feeling pretty good about just back testing some of this. But anyhow, a lot of talking. Let's just get to the damn thing. Brown and Peralta. Just like I talked about on Monday, Milwaukee's supposed to be a play for me, but I just can't figure out this lineup. So what I did was I got Willy Adames home run in that round robin. Felt good about that when he came in, but it was against Leiter and a Leiter Jr. who, again, bullpen arm. We saw really good stuff from both starters there. Justin Steele pitched awesome for the Cubbies, so probably got lucky to be able to get that W for all you Milwaukee folks. And Freddie Peralta is the much better pitcher, but Brown, he does get swing and miss stuff. I still am not in love with the Milwaukee lineup without Rhys Hoskins in it, although Yelich hitting way over 300. Jake Bauer is a great platoon guy. William Contreras, one of the best hitting catchers. And if they can get Willy Adames rolling, he does have a 464 expected slugging and 344 xWOBA. He does not suck, is my point. So the 249 average, which is actually the best in the last 3 years for him, 762 OPS. I think we might start seeing more showing up here. And hey, 8 stolen bases for him on the season, already surpassing 5 that he had in 2023. So nice to see running be a part of his repertoire as well. All of this is fancy because I'm just saying that Milwaukee, I have a small play on them this time around, but it is the last play in for me. If you're somebody who's going to be in that premium Discord, firing up props, firing up everything else, which I tend to think can be a little bit more positive EV because we can beat them at the source of it. I think you keep this off your card. So I got a little bit dicey, wanted to be there this time around. So surely Freddie Peralta about to get murdered. We got Kansas City and Minnesota up next. Didn't go very well there. My plus 140 ticket. Ooh. Out into the optimosphere. But anywho, we've got Kansas City now, the favorites. And I just don't see any way around this one either. Cole Ragans is a wagon. He is our dude. I've been K-laddering him, been betting him at the opportune times. And I think this is just another one of them here. Pay attention to weather. Yet again, it was a little bit dicey today, although Joe Ryan pitched really, really well. I thought maybe we would get an in-game delay to get him out of it. But again, as a Twins fan, sweet. But I like money. I'm here to make you money. That's the goal, is not to sit here and cheer for my team. So we're going back to the Kansas City side of things here, going for our lost dollars here. Cole Ragans, one of the best pitchers in baseball, 30% K rate, 292 xWOBA, and Simeon Woods Richardson. Not very good, and he's a fly ball pitcher, and the wind's ever so slightly blowing out to right field here, 5 to 8 miles per hour at first pitch, 41% hard hit, 18.2% K rate. If you're not missing the bats of Bobby Witt and Sal Perez and Vinny Pasquantino and Miguel Garcia and MJ Melendez, eventually we'll start getting there. 420 expected slugging. Shocked to see MJ Melendez not having results here in the early going of the season. Kansas City money line has to be on the card. Again, I've said this now 3 times, I think. No way around it. Maybe maybe, just like I said yesterday, I wish I had gone Baltimore money line with the over there. Should have packaged them together. Baltimore money line with this money line. I don't have any locks on the card for today, but have a lot of plays. Hopefully we can be on the positive side of the... We hit a lot of likes yesterday. It was good. Kevin Gausman, Mike Clevenger in this one, and fascinating spot in some regards. I can't believe that this is actually the best play on the sheet for it, but Kevin Gausman, somebody that I do think is going to start turning it on sooner rather than later. We kind of saw it against Detroit there. He's very good, friends. It's going to start coming. The splitter. The splitter is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Just throw it all the time, Kevin Gausman. People can't figure it out, and it's starting to not get completely lit and rocked, but we've seen this guy for over a decade now in Major League Baseball, or exactly a decade it is. I think it's exactly a decade. But anyway, the splitter, 216 batting average against. That's out of his 3 primary pitches, the best number and best mark we're getting there. So just keep throwing it. Cool. Sounds great. Glad we had that talk. But Mike Clevenger on the other side, I don't want to back the under 8.5 because I do think Toronto, I mean, that's been quiet to start off this season, but there's a lot of power with Vlad and Davis Schneider now batting leadoff, Bo Bichette, Danny Jansen. I feel like I'm just listing off baseball teams today at some extent, but whatever. It's my job. Under 8.5. It's a lean, not going to be on the card for me, but pay attention to props. Going to be something to mine out of this one. And something for you to mine out of this one as well. Go to the video description box below and sign up for BetMGM if you haven't already. All you have to do, deposit $25, $50, $100, up to $1,500, that is. And that first bet you place, up to $1,500, gets your money back in bonus bets in the event that it loses. If it wins, keep the money. Congratulations, you just won your bet. But get your bonus bets, friends. Take advantage. Take a big swing because, again, it increases your expected value coming back in your pocket by taking a plus 300, plus 320 type dog, maybe Washington. Kind of think plus 200-ish Washington might actually make some sense for your first bet safety net here. So take advantage of this offer down at the video description box below. Only for 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. Gonna step on gas and go real fast as we head to Texas. Only one pitcher here, Brandon Pfaadt. I think Dunning ends up being the guy. That's why he's at the top of your screen. But at the same time, there's some options. Dunning is so bad, guys. He is so bad. So bad. 50.5% hard hit. 497 expected slugging. Oh boy, that's not good. Now, Brandon Pfaadt's been awesome. 279 XWO, but 365 expected slugging. 23.5% K rate. But the 17.3 degree average launch angle, 28% fly ball percentage. Hi, Corey Seager. So nice to meet you. Went double dong on Sunday against my Minnesota Twins. Up to a 577 expected slugging, 13 degree launch angle off the bat, 46.5% hard hit. Corey Seager to home run. I feel like I bet it every single day. It's been on the card a lot. It's been on round robins a lot. Corey Seager to home run should probably be on the card tomorrow. We'll take a look. Anything better than plus 325? And, well, against Brandon Pfaadt, I'd be shocked if we didn't get better than plus 325. Will Brennan, friends, Will Brennan. I want to just talk about platoons and what we're looking at here, because this is one of those small spots where you're going to get people who are like, Eric, just give us the plays. Just do. No, I want to talk process about one thing that you should be doing every single day to try to find an edge. Now, Fangraphs, they do an amazing job with roster resources in the top right side of the column. You can just basically, I use it to just take closer depth charts and copy paste them into a sheet so that I can see usage. And one thing that always stands out to me on certain teams is when they don't have one side hand out of the bullpen. Now, the Houston Astros, they have one Josh Hader. You have spots that exist like this. You have Jacob Latz, the only lefty that's coming out of the Texas pen here at the moment. So those are two teams where off the top of my head, I can tell you who it is. But the Colorado Rockies are a glaring example of trying to take advantage of certain things when the handedness stuff lines up for your batters. Jalen Beeks, he ended up coming in and playing. He was a co-closer kind of. Him and Kinley have been the two closers here, but Jalen Beeks was the only lefty in this pen until they called in Josh Rogers. He ended up out of the middle of nowhere pitching 5 innings in relief against Cleveland today and screwed up a lot of lefty props that existed there. Fortunately, we were on David Fry and a switch hitter to Jose Ramirez. They covered those in the first 3 innings if you ended up firing those up from the lean section. Great stuff there. We also had the home run props, but it did screw up the Josh Naylor side of things a little bit, even though Naylor has been murdering lefties as well this season, hasn't been as good of late. But only lefties, Jalen Beeks, Josh Rogers. Both of them pitched today. It is all righties unless somehow, some way, they find somebody in AAA before tomorrow morning starts up. And I don't think that that is going to be the case here. I don't think they have anybody even in the AAA selection that I could see coming up as like a lefty to take away anything from a platoon situation. So Ryan Feltner is going to be up there, friends. And Ryan Feltner, I've been backing him more than I would like to admit this season. Colorado has actually been kind of a wagon considering they've been plus 200 type money. But all of that talking basically is for this. Will Brennan, I have major platoon issues with him where I think there are times when that Rodriguez fellow that they just called up or other righties are going to get called into relief. Now, Kyle Manzardo, he's a first base guy, DH basically. He is going to be from the left side as well, so this can kind of apply, but we haven't really seen him hitting so far at the big league level. Will Brennan has a 40% hard hit so far, a 252 expected batting average, and his low props at open here have me interested. In fact, I bet one already, and I think you should tail it at anything better than plus 120. It is currently plus 130 over at DraftKings, plus 126 at BetMGM. We've got Will Brennan over 0.5 RBIs. He batted 7th today. I bet he moves up a little bit in the order against a righty. And then, I repeat, an entire bullpen of righties. Not a lot of situations where I think they would ever be pinch hitting for Will Brennan in this spot. Think he sees the full 4 bats, and this is not factored into that number. Should be even-ish money, or again, plus 120 would be the worst number I would want to be betting. But plus 130 currently at DraftKings. All righty, y'all. Well, we had a really good talk about that one. Let's just talk super quickly about how good Aaron Judge and Juan Soto are and how bad Griffin Canning is. Griffin Canning giving up crazy amounts of power, and it's going high and far. 18-degree average launch angle off the bat, 35% fly ball rate, 42% hard hit, 468 expected slugging. And did you know Aaron Judge and Juan Soto both hit baseballs very, very hard and far? Now, I can't believe that this is actually a break-even number on a baseball player, but Aaron Judge I have as a fair value of plus 195. It's now been about a year and a half since I've seen the Aaron Judge numbers on my sheet showing up inside of the plus 200 as a break-even number. That being his true odds if you're looking over at the odd shopper screen. And I think you want to be betting him at anything with a plus 2 in front of it. I'm shocked that this is the case, but again, it is what it is. Juan Soto give me better than plus 240. These are ridiculous numbers, but Angel Stadium, one of the top 5 ballparks in baseball for home runs over a 3-year rolling average on Baseball Savant. No reason that you don't want to have these 2 on your card. Give me one of the 2 for a W. I'm sure some of you are just going to parlay this now, and it is what it is. I'm round robining home runs now, so I don't even know who I am anymore. 3 games to go. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, as we just got news before this program. Christian Javier at the top of your screen is going to be on the 15-day IL with forearm issues. So we've got Hunter Brown, who's going to be getting the ball, going up against Luis Castillo. I ran everything in the background here, so producer Jacob. Luckily, it's the same damn play. So over 7.5 is going to be on the card. It was going to be on the card with Christian Javier as the guy as well, but just be on the lookout because Hunter Brown is worse than I think Christian Javier long-term was going to be. Hunter Brown, 261 expected batting average, 333 xWOBA. Now, the one thing that Seattle does is they strike out ad nauseum against anyone, any right-handed pitcher. It just is. It's just insane. Highest in baseball, nearly 30%. But Luis Castillo is a decent enough back sometimes. Not against the Houston Astros team with Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Tucker at the height of their powers. Well, Kyle Tucker, Yordan Alvarez needs to come along for the ride here at some point. Had a really hot, like 2 weeks earlier in the season. Here's what it is. He needs to start picking it up. But I absolutely love the over of 7.5 here. If you made me pick my favorite play on the board, with Hunter Brown now starting there and this at minus 110, yeah, this is the best one. This should be juiced minus 120 or higher, or I would be betting this at 8 even if you were giving me even money. So if people ask, I would bet that at even money. Jesus Luzardo going up against Matt Waldron, and Matt Waldron, it's been really, really good. And Jesus Luzardo's starting to turn it on, starting to look like his former self, which I'm excited about because he's an exciting southpaw, has electric stuff, the K rate, 25.3% K rate, 302 XWO, but does give up some hard hit, and it's high and far. Fernando Tatis, looking at you. Can you start doing the things that you're supposed to do from time to time? Could you? Would you? I don't know. Matt Waldron, 32.4% hard hit. Just is what it is. Matt Waldron. He's really good so far. I don't know. Just didn't see this one coming. San Diego money line. Like it. Miami's lineup's terrible. I don't know what else to do other than back Matt Waldron here, even though I like Jesus Luzardo, so it is what it is. I should probably just go to the last game now. Zach Wheeler's pitching. We don't know who's pitching for the Giants in any way, shape, or form. Tried to find any AAA call-ups. Maybe into the wee hours or tomorrow morning, we'll be able to find that out. That would be useful. Milades, but for the time being, we just know Zach Wheeler is outrageously good, and the Phillies are going to be big favorites no matter who it is that they roll out. Maybe it's going to be a bullpen situation. I don't know. Philly on the run line. Also, Zach Wheeler might be looking at some K props, just throwing it in there for the people. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell as you get out of there. Head to the video description box below. Let me know how you did on Monday. Always like to see the results here start to carry over. We've had the likes on point. We're going to keep the likes on point. Didn't end up locking that over a 7.5. Potentially might put a little bit more on that with Hunter Brown out there next to Luis Castillo there. Luis Castillo back at home always freaks me out a little bit to just go over the top there, but feel good about the play, feel good about the card, and feel good about the prop exposure that we've been getting down in that premium Discord. If you want to join in on the fun, head over to OddsShopper, sign up using promo code Lindy, get yourself that 20% off your first week or first month. Thank you, producer Jacob. Check out NBA Lindy's as well for Game 4 of my Timberwolves. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lidquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Tuesday.